Good evening and welcome to the Nantucket Sports Connection and NCTV's presentation of Nantucket Whalers Athletics. As you can see, we're coming to you live from the Bog. It's the Nantucket Community Ice Rink for a huge Cape and Islands tilt here between the visiting St. John Paul Lions and your Nantucket Whalers. Thanks again for joining us here on the NSC and NCTV. I am Chris Morris, your voice of Whaler sports, alongside a great crew. We've got Ashley Klatt up in the perch with us this evening. She'll be your eyes on the ice. D.C. Collins back in on Nantucket from his worldly travels, the land of D.C. indeed, and he will be your wide shot up in the fish bowl with Frank Schott. That's right, we've got Frank Schott taking care of business up top. He'll be on the controls. Happy to have him along, our fearless leader here. And, of course, a quick hello to Charles Douglas. I know he's tuning in here. Hope you get well soon, buddy. We'll be back in action very soon. And, of course, Sean Davis is following me around because I'm going to take him around the whole gym, the whole rink here this evening as the Whalers come into tonight here looking for a split of the season series with the Lions. Off Island, it was a 5-2 affair, but the score not indicative of the competitiveness. This is a good St. John Paul team. The Whalers are 3-5, right in the mix of things in Division 4. So a huge win tonight could go a long way to securing a playoff spot and maybe even sneaking into that top 16. You know what that means, Whalers Nation? Another game right here on home ice where the Whalers have been very solid. The Lions, one of those top-tier teams in Division 4, they're 8-2-1. They had a game, as we all did, canceled not too long ago, a couple days ago with the snow, so they've still got plenty of games coming up here. But this is a huge one. They are right in the mix in for a league title. They are a game behind Monomoy, so every game counts here from now on. I'll get to it in a minute here as we get to our game preview. But before I do that, I do want to take a moment here and recognize our founding sponsor for the sports here on the NSC and NCTV, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation. They have made the students of Nantucket High School a priority of their philanthropic efforts and have continued those efforts with their support of our live broadcast. The Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, proud supporters of Whalers Nation.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by Myrick, the largest full-service law firm in Central Mass, also serving the Cape and Islands. Visit MyrickLaw.com to learn how Myrick can assist you with your legal needs.
NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their...
Want to welcome you back to the Bog. As you can see, the boys have just taken the ice here, looking for victory number 4. The journey continues as the Whalers got bested 5-2 off Island, but as said, the score not indicative of the competitiveness of this Whalers team, and they are peaking at the right time. They've won 2 of 3, their last 3, and they have proven that they are very tough out here at the Bog. Thomas Schroeder playing off of his tree in net, and that has been the key to keeping the Whalers competitive in some of these games as they've finally gotten their skates underneath them. I talked to Coach Moran, and he's just very excited about this squad. It's a good group of kids. You know, it's that last of our golden era with the Jenkinson boys and Soren Edwards, Ben Freeman. You know, those seniors will have to show out here from now until the end of the season. Oh, and by the way, because of the scheduling and all the delays and whatnot, they've played the least amount of games in Division 4. So there's a lot of hockey still out there. They have 10 games left. We'll see. We'll talk about Sunday. Probably not going to happen with the bomb cyclone, but there's a lot of hockey left out there, and these guys are peaking at the right time. It's one of those fun times a year when it all lines up, and it ends and starts with the Jenkinson brothers, Canton and Jeremy Jenkinson. They found the net 4 times, with Canton Jenkinson picking up his second career hat trick as a Whaler varsity player, along with Jeremy Jenkinson, who also had a goal and an assist The 7-5 win over Foxborough was the most goals that they've scored all year. So nice time of year to find themselves scoring a bunch, because it could take a grinded out game here today. They face one of the best goaltenders, not only in their division, but in the entire state, as St. John Paul has one of those guys, just like we did with Griffin Starr. But it's going to be a tough one tonight. They're going to just have to pepper the net in and out. And I talked to Coach Moran again, and he was like, it doesn't matter where you're at. If you're on the inside that blue line, get it on net. Nothing bad happens when you get the puck on net. And he's exactly correct. You never know. At the high school level, it's so hard for netminders, for goalies at this level to control rebounds. They can make the initial save. They might even get in position for the second save. But to control the rebound and keep it in front of you, that's just a skill they don't learn yet. And it's really not taught at the high school level because, as we know, this team was scrambling around to find a goalie. Well, they have certainly found one in number 1, Thomas Schroeder. He has shown that he is a legitimate goaltender at the high school level. And despite not playing much at that high school level, he's ready to go. And Coach Moran is very excited about the future of this program with him in net, because he just keeps getting better. And that is a rarity in today's age, in today's high school game. You're either good or you're not, and you refine your skills. He's just getting better and better and gaining more confidence. And with that confidence will come competitiveness. And that's what the Whalers are looking to have here. As I said, this Lions squad, 8-2-1 on the season. They've got a great coach as well, but it will be all about what the Whalers can do. Can they control the pace? Can they get the aggressiveness on offense? Kellen McAleese, albeit a fantastic goalie, can't stop them all. So he's going to have to pick and choose when he can actually maneuver and get those rebounds and get in position to make a difference on the second shot, the third shot. And we'll see if some of those intangibles happen as well. Obviously, the Whalers got to stay out of penalty trouble. They got to keep their stars. They got to get that top line on the ice and keep them on the ice if they're going to have a chance here tonight to pull off what could be an upset. On paper, it's an upset. The Whalers are at number 23 in the MIAA Division IV power rankings. The Lions come in at number 11. So even if it's a close game, the Whalers will get points. But if they can pull off an upset here on home ice, and I call it an upset because technically by the numbers it should be an upset, but as we know, it's hard to play on the road in the Cape and Islands League. So we'll take a quick break. I'm going to get up into the perch. We've got the player intros coming up in about 2 minutes. National Anthem, Chip Clooney's going to take us home, and we'll have the opening face-off coming right up here on the NSC and NCTV. We got Cape and Islands League game. It's a big tilt here this evening. Cannot wait. Come right back on the NSC and NCTV.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by Myrick, the largest full-service law firm in Central Mass, also serving the Cape and Islands. Visit MyrickLaw.com to learn how Myrick can assist you with your legal needs. NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
Want to welcome you back to the Bog here as the boys continue their pregame warm-ups. Final few seconds ticking off the clock here as we get ready for the Whalers taking on the Lions. again, the Lions are in position for a league title. They're in position to be in that top 16 in the playoffs, so this is a huge opportunity for Nantucket to derail the Lions' hopes here and get things back to where it should be. Again, the final off island was 5-2. It was a tie game late in that second period before the Lions scored a couple to break it open. Again, the Whalers just going to have to bring their A game tonight. As you can see, we got the boys doing their final pickup of the pucks. Yeah, we should have a nice crowd here this evening, and thanks very much for joining us wherever you may be joining us here, of course, locally on channel 1072 and anywhere in the world on the tube on the Nantucket Sports Connection. Do want to always say hello to the Patrick clan hanging out in Tennessee. Always nice to have them along for the ride, and hopefully the boys come through with a big W as we turn it over to Chip Clooney for the player introductions. Monahan, dangerous. Kellen McAleese, number 30, still in net. It feels like I've been saying that dude's name for, 5 years at least. Here we go, Canton Jenkinson. Number 9, Ben Freeman, another senior. The other Jenkinson twin. Barrow Banyan back on the ice getting the starting nod. Love to see that. Soren Edwards and Thomas Schroeder, followed by the flag and the Whalers flag. There we go. The particulars are over. We are ready to play some hockey here this evening. It's the Whalers taking on the Lions in a huge Cape and Islands League tilt. And oh, by the way, every team in the Cape and Islands League has right now, if the playoffs started right now, depending on their respective divisions, every team in the Cape and Islands League would qualify for the playoffs. That's astounding that an entire league has that good of a quality team. And it is impressive, and it has been that way for quite some time. And then in our area, add a couple more in there because Barnstable's good. Sandwich at number 2 in Division 4. Bourne, who we've already seen here at number 20. We'll see them again off island as well on Saturday. Boys travel over to Gallo. Here we are, Jeremy Jenkinson in the circle, and we are underway. St. John Paul controls the opening face-off, sent back outside. Oh, nice move along the boards as the Whalers got numbers right away. Jenkinson flips it in, and they begin the forecheck. Tapped in front, and the Lions get the clear, head back the other way with their first rush. On net, it goes wide of Schroeder. Kept in nicely, pass in front. Ooh, dangerously through the crease. Whalers back the other way. Freeman, along with Jeremy Jenkinson, joined Canton Jenkinson. Sent around the boards, nobody home for Nantucket. And Freeman's going to have to hold on to it, wait for his crew to get back on side, and here comes the Lions out of their own zone. Dumped in for the chase. Whalers control behind the net. Edwards with a little stop and go. And out of the zone it goes, but a couple of yellow and gold jerseys break up the play on to McAleese, and he'll stick the glove down and force a face-off here with 13:40 to go in the first period. No score. Couple of new bodies here for the Whalers. You see number 24, Parker Furtado. Justin Torres is on the face-off here for the Whalers. He's been battling a couple of injuries that kept him out of play early on. Nice to see number 14 back on the ice. Kept in momentarily, and here comes the Lions quickly back the other way. Soren Edwards with a little hip check as the play continues right behind the Whalers' net. And it'll be Andrew Lavin getting to it as the net may have come off the magnet here. Some bodies battling behind Thomas Schroeder there, and caused the magnet to come unhinged. Both teams get some fresh bodies on the ice. Whalers back to their front line. Face-off coming inside the Lions' offensive end. James Mullen. Whistle stops play there as they'll replace Mullen. And the Whalers get a quick clear. Canton Jenkinson, as McAleese has to come out of net. Whalers unable to keep it. And Jeremy Jenkinson sends it high in the air. Lands in the corner, and the Whalers can start their forecheck, see if they can keep this puck in play. They do. Good hit by Jeremy Jenkinson. Cross-ice pass goes through the Lions skater, but it'll be onside. Pass into the crease, nobody home. Tipped away, good poke check through the crease again. Into a couple of Whalers skates, and up ahead, the Whalers advance. Jenkinson saucers one up ahead. Edwards to Canton Jenkinson. Nearly got connected. It went all the way into McAleese. With 12:34, Whalers will have another face-off in their own offensive end. Good defensive battle so far. Jeremy Jenkinson gets clubbed down to the ice. And up ahead, it's Canton Jenkinson unable to control. Lions on the rush. Good pass into the crease. Backhanded shot blocked. Rebounds loose. Shot off the post, it looked like. Another shot whizzes wide of Schroeder. Lavin gets to it first, unable to clear it. Whalers do get the clear. And into the neutral zone, back into the offensive end. Whalers get some fresh skaters on up ahead. Here's a rush by the Lions, thwarted. Blasted Schroeder with a save. First good shot on goal, quality shot on goal for either team, really. And play continues along the boards just inside the blue line. That one's lifted wide of the net. And the Whalers get to it. Board pass unable to be cleared. Lavin gets to it, goes D to D, and the Whalers will get it out of harm's way, up ahead of the play, unable to connect with Paxton Fitch. And an icing will be all the way back in the Whalers' end with 11:19 to go here in the first. Still no score. Some good back and forth here by both squads. A couple of good shots on that last rush by the Lions, but Schroeder was up to the task. Face-off taken by the Whalers. Pass intercepted. Flipped up ahead and will get out of the zone. Oh, just off of the stick of Jeremy Jenkinson there. Here's Charlie Boyce, number 7, getting some action early on. Oh, good hit by Canton Jenkinson, and that will draw a whistle for a cross-check. Looked clean, but from behind, that's a tough one. And again, this is what the Whalers got to avoid, those unwarranted penalties. Didn't gain much, but it was setting the tone of that physicality. But the Whalers will go on the PK here with 11:01 to play in the first period. Back to the point. And quickly, St. John's gets it set up. Good stop by Schroeder there as Furtado unable to clear it. Play continues behind the Whalers' net. 4 bodies there. Whalers come away with it and send it down the ice. This will go all the way down to McAleese. And because the Whalers are on the PK, no icing. St. John enters the zone. Shot, save made. Oh, it got through the 5-hole, actually. Schroeder was there. So the Lions draw first blood on the power play. So Chris Haywood will be credited with the goal. And the Whalers will have to play from behind here. They send it in on McAleese. Rebound just a little bit late for Freeman, and the Lions head back the other way. Canton Jenkinson looking to split 3 defenders, unable to do so cleanly. And another good hit, and that'll draw another whistle. And I think Canton Jenkinson is heading back to the penalty box with a little extra shoulder, so they are calling it tight here. Whalers gave up a goal on the penalty just a minute and a half ago. And they'll have to kill off another penalty against this dangerous Lions offense. Into the crease. Lions control. Shot blocked. Freeman got the skate down and was able to block it. McAleese back up to the blue line. And Jenkinson able to defend and steals the puck. Jeremy Jenkinson shorthanded. McAleese with a glove save. Keeps it in play. And quickly gaining the zone are the Lions. Edwards along the boards, unable to control the puck. Intercepted and flipped out to the point. Good job by the Lions to keep it in. That one will go wide of McAleese, but he'll play it. Torres, the noise, as the Lions look to go online. Good poke check. Another good check. And sneaks over that blue line. Lions will have to reset. 50 seconds left on the power play. This one dumped into the zone. One player there for the Lions. He will try and control it. Soren Edwards skates to it. And finally, a high stick there, but the whistle will stop play and we'll have another face-off inside the Whalers' end because of the high stick there from the Lions. Still 32 seconds left. On the power play. Lions chip it ahead. Tipped away. Shot saved by Schroeder. And the Whalers will get to it, looking to do something shorthanded. 2-on-1 here. Shot, save, rebound, loose. McAlee is able to get to it and stops the clock with 8:04. Just 9 seconds left on the penalty to Canton Jenkinson. .804 to play here in the first period. 1-0 Lions with the lead. Final few seconds here, tick off, and Jenkinson will skate on and get to defense. Shot whizzes wide. Good rebound. That was a heck of a wrister from Braden Short, the junior. Pass goes inside. And the Whalers able to get it out of harm's way momentarily. Another pass, crossing pass, and the Lions have controlled the offensive end here. And finally the Whalers able to get it cleared, but it has been a onslaught on Thomas Schroeder here in the first period. 7:20 to play. Whalers going to have to get a little bit better protection, and they're going to have to stay on the ice here as Canton Jenkinson mixes it up again. They are certainly calling it a little tighter than maybe they have. Here's an opportunity for the Whalers, 2-on-2. Jenkinson with Freeman. Jenkinson makes a move. Freeman, shot, save, rebound. McAleese gets the glove down. Whalers able to keep it in the zone here off the faceoff. Good job by Furtado to extend the play on the forecheck. A couple other bodies, including Paxton Fitch along the boards. Now Freeman gets involved. And Freeman comes away with it. Back pass, Furtado unable to keep it. Jenkinson with a big hit along the boards. And the play continues, and a player, it's a little stick to the face along the St. John Paul line. And here's Felix Soares. Plays it along the boards. And he'll get it back behind the net. Whalers able to get the clear. Chasing after is Freeman. Stop and go by the Lions, number 12. Finian Short. And here's a breakaway for the Lions. Shot off the post. The post is your friend there, Mr. Schroeder. Whalers get it clear. Here's Lavin over the stick. And it will be icing the call as the Whalers unable to chase it down along the boards. 5:36 to play here in the first. Whalers down just 1-0 with the goal mount their friend, as the Lions had a breakaway opportunity. Sean Monahan doesn't miss many of those, and he hit the post as the Whalers get the clear into the neutral zone. Cross ice it goes, chasing it down, number 11. That's Jake Gregulio. Monahan controls, or Short, I should say. Here's Haywood, who scored the first goal. He's unable to control it. Whalers down the ice with Canton Jenkinson, and that should be the first penalty as Play continues along. Finally, the Lions get to it, as Canton Jenkinson mixed it up with a couple of guys, but holding going to be the call. So the Whalers go on the power play for the first time in the game. 4:51 to play here in the first. Whalers with the man up. Coach Moran yelling, get some shots. As they look to fix up the magnet here a little bit, McAleese gets in position. It'll be Jeremy Jenkinson on the draw. He gains it, pokes it ahead, and glove down will do it again as McAleese sets up another face-off here. Torres was bearing down on him. McAleese did the wise thing. Sent around the boards. Edwards is there to keep it in play for the Whalers. Poked ahead by Torres. Torres keeps it in. Freeman along the boards. Behind the net, it'll be Canton Jenkinson. Makes a move around one and runs into the stripe. Cleared down as Schroeder has to play it off of his stick. Jenkinson will gather it. Still plenty of time for the Whalers to maneuver as they quickly get it cross ice here at mid-ice. And another big hit. Not sure how that's legal, but play on will be the case as the Lions get another clear on the PK unit. Jeremy Jenkinson able to corral it. And plays it along the board, slowly making its way, and JJ gets it back. Here's Edwards. He'll gain the zone. Stops, gets it set up for the Whalers. Here's Jenkinson. Pass in front, shot! Oh, McAleese with a good save off the one-timer. Torres nearly found the net there. That was a great play. McAleese didn't quite know where it was, but he got enough of it to stop. 3:38 to play here in the first period. Jenkinson gains the net. Shot hits the side. Good shot there. And again, another good quick clear by the Lions. Still 35 seconds left on the power play as Soren Edwards will play it up to the blue line. Cross ice it goes. And the Whalers will gain the zone with Canton Jenkinson. Shot. Save with the glove. Beautiful shot, though. Headed to that top far side post, but McAleese is able to get a clean look at it and squeeze it with the glove. .316 to play here in the first period. Whalers down just 1-0. They are on the power play still for another 25 seconds. Jenkinson sends it in. That's holding. No call and a clear. Freeman had his stick held, but unable to get the whistle as Soren Edwards maneuvers for one final rush here for the Whalers. Under 10 seconds left on the penalty. Edwards gains the zone. Shot, save, rebounds loose. He'll get to it himself. Plays it along the boards to himself. We're back to full strength. Edwards with a backhanded shot. Just enough of a pad save there. Cross ice. Shot, save made by McAleese. Clock stops with 2:40 to go. Good power play by the Whalers, just unable to get it by McAleese, which will be the trick here this evening as they face a top-tier goalie in Division 4 in Kellen McAleese, the senior captain. Lavin there behind the net. Shot, negative angle, and McAleese able to squeeze it. Again, just keep it on net. You never know where it's going to bounce. And Whalers had a couple of guys, including Charlie Boyce, waiting on the doorstep. And it'll be Andrew Lavin in on the draw. Lions control Furtado, unable to keep it in. Saucered in by Felix Soares. And Lions get a clear. Good poke check. Lions are there, backhanded shot. Oh, whizzes wide of the net. Tried to get a little too pretty. And here's Canton Jenkinson up ahead with Charlie Boyce. Shot goes in, no good. Play continues as Furtado able to get to it. And sent up our way. Look out, Ashley. D to D as Jenkinson gets it over as the Whalers gain the zone. Fresh bodies for both teams. Out to mid-ice. And the Whalers will dump and chase. Freeman going to try and get to it on the other side of the net. And here's Torres as well. He blocks that pass attempt as Jeremy Jenkinson gets to it. Good forecheck pass in front. Oh, just over the stick of Freeman. He was camped out in front of McAleese and had an opportunity but unable to connect. Down to a minute to play here in the first period. It's been a back and forth affair. The Lions able to score the lone goal here so far. Still 55 seconds to go. Edwards weaves his way. He'll gain the zone himself. Stays with it in front. Here's Jenkinson with a shot. Through traffic, got to McAleese. Still 35 seconds. Jenkinson keeps it in. Cross ice, it goes to Furtado with space. Shot. Oh, nearly deflected by Freeman. He puts it in front. Juicy pass. Nobody home for Nantucket. Here's Edwards at the point. Shot lifted just wide. And finally a whistle will stop play. The magnet off on the net again. On the goal mount, I should say. Good activity by the Whalers. As Jeremy Jenkinson heads off the ice. Here's Furtado, just wide of the net, nearly deflected. Edwards with a hammer. Gets it in on the side of the net. And we're down to 10 seconds left. Schroeder able to step it aside. Furtado will get to it as the final seconds will tick off the clock here. Goal actually scored on the negative angle, but waved off as fortunately for the Whalers, the horn had sounded. So the Whalers skate to a 1-0 deficit. We'll take a quick break here and come back with some analysis of the first period. Ashley and I will chat. We've got lots of things to catch up on as it's been a while here since we've been here at the Bog. Whalers down 1-0 after one period of play.
Annual Boston Pops.
Who are you for Halloween?
We're in a tough situation. You guys battled back.
Back to pass. Lombardi's got a man in the end zone. Caught. Touchdown.
Shot. It runs in. It's good. You got a tie ball game.
It's ahead.
Gets it
Loading is open. Thank you very much.
My mark. Get my mark. Get your mark.
We're so glad that you were involved and you enjoyed the films.
I get to put this out into the community today, and I was really excited about that.
Thank you all for coming tonight.
We're just getting started.
Nantucket Ice is about community, camaraderie, confidence, jumping in, and being part of a team. Falling, but getting back up.
And way under control. Quick shot.
It's about being part of the culture, friendships, experience. But ultimately, it's about being on the ice. Located in the heart of the island, it's about being a future for our youth, our families, our community. Come join us. Be a part of our community.
Want to welcome you back to the bog here at the Nantucket Community Ice Rink. Hanging out with Ashley Klatt, who's on camera for the first time for hockey. How you feeling about that?
Really good. I haven't been up here in the perch at all, and I'm usually up in the nest, but this is a great experience.
Absolutely, and you are one of our school to career students here for the NCTV. Explain to us a little bit about that process and how you've gotten to that point of choosing NCTV as your school to career program.
I was in the hospital for a little while, but due to the shortage at the hospital with getting pushed back several times, I was never able to actually go to the hospital.
Right.
And I knew I wanted to do something in sports related, and I was like, I heard that Annie, one of our people,
Annie Yard, yep.
She was in it, and she was talking to me about it, and I was like, I want to get involved in this. And I talked to Steph, who is a great person at NCTV, and then I had a discussion with you and Frank and all of the crew members, and it's just been great.
Awesome. Well, you've done a fantastic job. We've done a good job just throwing you into the wolves here, and you have surfaced nicely. But yeah, honestly, it's a testament to each one of us. Kind of has our own little niche. You know, Sean does a phenomenal job with the cameras and his classes, and really breaking it down into simple terms, and then we add in those technical terms when we need to. Charles, obviously, we miss you, buddy, but I know you're on the mend here. Does a phenomenal job with all the technical aspects of it, and there's really like a whole range of areas to get that go into a production behind the scenes. I know your eyes are wide. It's a mesmerizing view that he has up in the bird's nest or on the floor, running multiple cameras, 3 different cameras here tonight, multiple interviews, all sorts of fun stuff. And then I really got the easy job. I just get to chat about sports. But there are some things that obviously with the interviewing process, that's a little bit different, coming up with questions that are not only poignant, but also part of your personality, what you want to find out. So you've done a great job with all of those. We'll probably get you down there and interviewing a couple of the guys here. Your impressions of the first period? Kind of back and forth.
Very back and forth. Yeah. It was one of their most greatest periods that they've played so far. And to see them going back and forth and only getting one in the net, which we never want, but it was very well then post games. Yeah,
and again, a little bit lucky there with that breakaway, got hit the post. We'll always take those. A little bit of home ice advantage. But again, the Lions a very good team, and 1-0 is just fine. That's right where they need to be. Again, you want to take advantage of things like the power play, but they got a good amount of shots on Kellen McAleese, who is, again, probably one of the top 2 goalies that they're going to face all season. So you got to pepper this guy, and hopefully one finds its way through. But talk to us about track and field, because you are not only school to career, you are an athlete here this season as well. Talk to us about how that's going.
My winter sport is indoor track and field, and currently we're not really out and about because of the snow turned ice, but running up and down the hallway, you never want to get to that point, but that's what we're doing, and we have a meet on Saturday at the Reggie Lewis, so that'll be fun to go to.
All right, good that it's on Saturday, not Sunday, because we're supposed to get hammered here again.
Oh, of course.
We do have a couple of games scheduled for Sunday. It's supposed to be a doubleheader, but we'll see. I would say doubtful at best.
Yeah.
But what have you gotten out into the snow and ice? Done any adventuring around? You snuck over to Dead Man's Hill?
No,
or Dead Horse
not
Hill?
really any sledding. Mostly hanging out with my dogs, my
there you go.
family, going to visit my grandparents, all of that, making sure everybody's good where they
Sure.
are, and keeping everybody safe.
Your do-goodery never ends, Ashley. It's great stuff. We'll take another quick break here. Always fun to hang out and chat with Ashley Klatt. She's up here in the perch. She is your eyes on the ice. We'll be back with the second period. Whalers down just 1-0. We'll have a quick analysis right before the boys take the ice. Stick with us. We've got second period action coming right up.
In 1965, a group of dedicated Nantucket parents came together with one goal: to raise enough money to develop game film for the football team. The following season, the Whalers went undefeated. These parents became the very first class of the Nantucket Booster Club. Over time, Whaler pride has grown into something far more than just wins and losses on the scoreboard.
Once a whaler, always a whaler. 1, 2, 3, whalers!
Una vez un whaler, siempre un whaler.
What binds us is Whaler pride. It has shaped our island and student athletes for generations.
Whaler pride isn't just a tradition, it's an identity, a legacy for families who choose to plant their roots here in this community all year round. It can bring generations of island families together, and for Wash Ashore children, it can transform an unfamiliar place into a new home. The Nantucket Booster Club is a vital link between our community and Whalers athletics. It helps provide our teams with gear, additional travel expenses, and much more.
Volunteering for the Booster Club, it's a blast. From the homecoming to the pig roast, and most importantly, Hank, our school mascot. We're here to create a fun and welcoming atmosphere. More than money, we need members. And part of this club, you are a member, not just a volunteer. We need to build our community bigger and better to help our student athletes prepare for the next chapter in their life.
Support our kids and Whaler pride by volunteering for the Booster Club. To learn more, please email the address on the screen.
What is Stroh? Wow, it's about the feelings of Christmas. I've said for many years that Norman Rockwell himself could not have thought up a better weekend festival. Truly, it's magnificent. Christmas stroll in Nantucket is full of good feelings, full of Christmas spirit. It is a lot of happy faces. It is generally a party vibe, especially with the visitors. A lot of folks get dressed up. It's sort of like the kickoff, I think, for so many people to feel what's coming, to feel Christmas, and to embrace it.
Stroll was started 50 years ago by the Chamber of Commerce as a way to thank the local people and to get them involved and to encourage them to shop local.
There's no question that it is very good for business.
Well, Marcia may be going to spend a lot of money here. I'm just along to try to keep her from doing that.
Back then, the electricity to...
Want to welcome you back to the bog. Here is the players entering the ice for period number 2. Whalers down just 1-0. As you can see, the boys coming out of the locker room here. A couple of power play opportunities by the Lions. They took advantage of one of those, scoring on a power play. It was Chris Haywood finding the net from Sean Monahan. And the Whalers got a little bit lucky as Monahan had himself a breakaway. And fortunately for the Whalers, it hit the post. The shot hit the post and bounded away. Otherwise, it could have been a 2-0 score The Whalers had plenty of good opportunities as well. They were unable to score on their lone power play of the first period, but played very well on 5-on-5. And again, Thomas Schroeder just looks comfortable in his own skin in the net, and that is just something that you cannot teach. So plenty of games out there for us to cover. We'll have to see if the weather cooperates. We are on the hardwood again for some girls basketball over the next couple days. The Sturgises come and pay us a visit. Sturgis West on Thursday, I should say, and then the Storm, Sturgis East on Friday. And again, we do have a doubleheader schedule for Sunday, but we're just waiting for the word to have those canceled as we expect some more weather to come pay us a visit. We're underway here for period number 2. Jeremy Jenkinson had a cut on his nose, but he is a hockey player, so he's back out there. Edwards unable to get the clear as Gargiulio plays it in front, and the Whalers able to break it up. Good defense in front of Thomas Schroeder as Canton Jenkinson evades one and gets clipped as the Lions get a quick clear, but Freeman skates to it and will gain it back as the Whalers clear the zone. Canton Jenkinson unable to corral it as the play continues in the neutral zone. Leaks over the blue line into the Whalers' end, and Ben Freeman once again gives chase behind the net. Played in by Bear O'Banion. And behind the net, it'll be the Whalers getting to it first. That will be a 2-line pass, so call it icing. We'll head on down to the other end of the ice. Down the river, clock stops with 14:02 to play. Penalty actually, sorry. Number 9, Ben Freeman got called for a hook. I did not see that, but apparently that's the call here. So the Whalers on the PK right off the bat here in period number 2, trying to hang on to a 1-0 lead. Good play saved by Schroeder. Whalers unable to get the clear. Here's a shot in front. And Schroeder up to the task. Sat on the puck. The redirect dangerously in on Schroeder. But we'll have a face-off upcoming as the Whalers try and get another body over. As the Lions unable to get it cleanly. Edwards had it on his stick, but little give and go. Here's Monahan. Shot. Save made by Schroeder. Lions still got it set up. Shot deflected. Goes into the corner. Furtado chases after it. Flipped ahead. Dangerous pass. Shot. Save made. Schroeder didn't know where it was, but he made the save. Jenkinson one-on-one the other way. Shorthanded. Gets it in on McAleese and able to use up some time. Good rush by Canton Jenkinson, 1-on-3. Minute 12 left on the power play for the Lions. Still plenty of time here in the period. 13-13 left in period number 2. Still a 1-0 game. Jenkinson tries to get to it behind the net. Unable to get there. Lions back the other way. Furtado beaten, but a poke check by Soren Edwards, and he lifts it up over, and it will leak all the way back. Intercepted by Jenkinson. Makes a move around one. Short-handed. Canton Jenkinson back to the point. And Jeremy Jenkinson will play a little keep away here and use some clock. Flip back into the zone as Torres gives chase. 35 seconds left. And Torres gets to it. Good job by the PK unit. And up to mid-ice, tipped away, and the Whalers get to it. Here's Torres. Calmly plays it along the boards. And we're down to 15 seconds left on the power play for St. John Paul. And Furtado unable to play it. Shot deflected away. Soren Edwards, and he gets blasted, and that will be a penalty. Soren Edwards a little slow getting up, but he will make his way to his feet with 12:04 to play. 3 seconds left on the initial penalty to the Lions. So it's cross-checking the call. Freeman will exit in 3 seconds. So it's 4-on-4 for basically just the face-off. Dominic Toto, the guilty party for the Lions. Back to the point it goes. Edwards waits for Freeman to skate on. Around the stick as Torres gets to it, and the Whalers can get it set up. Pass into the crease, nobody home, and a quick clear. So the Whalers will have their second power play opportunity here for the next minute 38. Up to mid-ice it goes. Torres will gain the zone. Leaves it for Jenkinson. Back to Torres behind the net. Unable to keep control of the puck, and a quick clear by the Lions defense. And it'll be Soren Edwards the first to get to it for the Whalers. Couple of Lions defenders out of position here. Whalers got numbers. Pass nearly connected with Canton Jenkinson. As the puck is cleared out, Torres at mid-ice, unable to gain the zone cleanly. Good job by the PK unit for the Lions. 50 seconds left. Whalers have been unorganized here on this power play. Up to mid-ice it goes. Cross ice, Freeman gains his own. Torres with space, shot, whizzes high. Jenkinson back to Edwards. It's Canton Jenkinson just over his stick. Plays it behind the net. Makes it all the way to JJ. Jeremy Jenkinson, back pass to Edwards. Quickly over. Jenkinson with a high shot over the net as well, and that one goes all the way beyond Jeremy Jenkinson. And Whalers are going to have to hurry here if they're going to get a final rush. Edwards avoids one, avoids another at mid-ice. Gains the zone, stops, shot, save made with as time expires on the penalty. Back to full strength with 10:04 to play here in the second period. Still 1-0. Both teams have had an opportunity on the power play, but both PK units strong. And McAlee's only had to face really one shot. That was on net. Soares unable to play it, and it'll be icing, so we'll head back down the river and do it again in the Whalers' end. 9:57 to play. Charlie Boyce to take the face-off here for the Whalers. Lions control. Whalers unable to keep it in at mid-ice. It's Lions with the rush. Shot sails wide. And Whalers get a quick clear. Lions going to have to reset. Here's Boyce at mid-ice. 1-on-3. He gets tripped. No call. And the Lions will get the clear and try and gain the zone here. Flip behind the net. Looking for a bounce. Don't get one. Lavin unable to play it cleanly. Here's a pass through the crease. Nobody home. And Torres tries to get to it. Lavin clears the zone as play continues in the neutral zone here. Under 9 minutes to play. Boyce gets a stick on it and a collision at the blue line. And good defense by Parker Furtado as Lions had an odd man rush there. Here's Soares. Says a little, hey, how you doing? Good poke check by the Lions to keep it in play. Whalers get to it behind the net. Played up to the blue line, and it'll be Jeremy Jenkinson sending it around the boards, and that will make it all the way out of the zone, and icing will be the call. The crazy train will head back down the river with 8:25 to play here in the second period. Lone goal scored by number 23, Chris Haywood for the Lions. Assist to Sean Monahan. He has been active on the offensive end, no surprise there. Whalers control off the face-off. And we'll clear to mid-ice. Here's Canton Jenkinson on the rush. Trying to go through three, does so! Oh, nearly forced one in there. Coming off his second career hat trick. Here he gets to it, shot! Save made, and it goes up above as the stick was down. Good activity by number 2, the senior co-captain. No surprise there. McAlee's got the stick down as it flung over the net and into the netting behind the boards. 8:01 to play here in the second. Still 1-0. Lions with the lead. Whalers get the face-off, but unable to keep it onside. Lions somehow have a man free. Shot whizzes wide. Braden Short came out. And another whistle. Braden Short had himself a breakaway opportunity. And it will be a Lion heading to the penalty box. That is number 3, Braden Short. So not only did he miss the shot on the breakaway, he'll now give the Whalers another opportunity here, their second power play of the period, with 7:43 to play. Canton Jenkinson on the draw. Played into the corner and quickly sent the other way as Soren Edwards will get to it. And Canton Jenkinson finally plays it. And right to a Lions player, shorthanded Schroeder with the glove save. An absolute rocket as Jenkinson got a little lazy with the puck. The pass goes right to the Lions player, the wrister handled as Dominic Toto nearly had a shorty. Whalers gain the zone. Torres back to Canton Jenkinson. Saucers one in. Lions jerseys abound. They get the quick clear. Still a minute 25 to play on the power play. Here's Jeremy Jenkinson, gains the zone, but unable to get anything going as Canton Jenkinson will circle back. Whalers trying to catch the Lions on a line change, but unable to get onside. Still plenty of time for the Whalers to maneuver. Off the body of Jeremy Jenkinson, Edwards chases it down. Cross ice goes off the boards. And Soren Edwards able to play it. Nearly stolen. Some sloppy handling of the puck here by the Whalers. As Torres now gains the zone, Jenkinson is with him. Shot deflected. Torres gains it back. Tries to play one off the net. And Soren Edwards will finally get something organized for the Whalers. Still 30 seconds left. Canton Jenkinson lifts one. Deflected wide. Shorthanded, here comes the Lions. Space mid-ice. Pass is deflected and chipped out of play, but offside will be the call. Just 12 seconds left on the penalty as the Whalers unable to get anything organized here. And they are in danger of going 0 for 3 on the power play. Good crowd shuffling in here late. 5:54 to play in the second. Mullen unable to control. Tips forward. He chases after it. It'll be Furtado. And icing will be the call. Just 2 seconds left on the power play. 5:44 to play, but it'll be all the way back in the Lions offensive end for the face-off on the icing call. So both teams playing very solid on defense. The PK units have been exceptional. And both teams back to full strength. As the Whalers will chase after it. Soares gets to it first. He's played off. And behind the net, skating free for a moment, but a good clean steal. And played off to Torres as he gains the rush. Gains the zone, I should say. Good rush by number 14. He's played off, but somehow gets it back to the point. Tipped in front. And so McAlee's able to get a glove on it. Soares sent a bounding puck towards the net. And McAlee's kind of had to wait for it to get to him. And was able to squeeze it. 5:04 to play, second period. Oh, nifty move by Canton Jenkinson. McAlee's keen to it and was able to squeeze it for another faceoff. A magician with the stick. And back to Jeremy. Jenkinson sends it just wide of the net. Good play off the faceoff. Back to the point. Sent back in. Whalers try and get the forecheck working. And unable to keep it onside as the puck played back to Soren Edwards, who will circle back and has space to make a rush himself into the boards and veers behind the net. Jeremy Jenkinson there first. Plays it over to Canton Jenkinson. Good passing inside. Shot lifted just over the net. Good opportunity by the Whalers there. Forecheck continues. Freeman unable to get to it, and the Lions get cleared. Pass in front, shot, save made, second shot, scores, rebound. Finds the Lions as Schroeder unable to make the play on the dive. And the Lions extend the lead to 2-0. As Dominic Toto able to find the net off the rebound. As you can see, Schroeder just unable to make the dive back. .407 to play. 2-0 now the lead for the Lions. Soares flips it up to mid-ice. Whalers able to gain the zone. Torres unable to play with it. Kept in play, nicely done. Here's Torres, shot, save, rebound! As McAlee's dove out of the net to get a glove on it. We'll have another face-off upcoming. Again, Coach Jack Moran and his staff have done a fantastic job getting these boys in contention for a playoff spot. After a 9-1 loss to the Vineyard to begin things, they are right in the thick of it. Again, another high stick. No call. Icing will be the call, however, at 3:36. We'll do it again inside the Whalers zone. Again, thanks very much for joining us locally here on Channel 1072 at NCTV, and anywhere you have internet connection on the tube, it's the Nantucket Sports Connection on YouTube. Played around the boards. Whalers try and keep it in. They do so. Boyce along the boards, whips it around, and Lions first to get to it and get the clear across ice as icing will once again be the call. O'Banion the first to get to it. Across that red line. A little quick hello to our folks as we await a face-off. Canton Jenkinson. They'll try and gain it. Lions first to the puck. Whalers keep it in momentarily. Jenkinson chases it down. Cross ice. Canton Jenkinson with space. Shot deflected into the net. We'll have another face-off inside the Whalers zone with 3:04 to play. Again, try and join us tomorrow as we will be back on the hardwood. The girls will be facing Sturgis West, the Navigators, and then on Friday, Sturgis East. Scheduled to come on in. Bounding puck in front, rebound loose, but Lions are there. And a 2-on-1 here for the Lions. Pass goes in front. Schroeder able to stick check it away or get a stick on it. Kept in momentarily. Here's Torres at mid-ice. Makes his way to some space. Lavin is with him. And that'll be a penalty. Delayed penalty called on Justin Torres. Shot, save made. Rebounds loose, but they'll whistle it dead. With 2:27 to go, it'll be a penalty upcoming on Nantucket. Interference, the call. And it should be Justin Torres. Yep, he will be whistled and enters the dreaded penalty box. Whalers can really ill afford to let up a goal here. This is going to be a huge PK for Nantucket, as head coach Chris Frito looks to extend the lead, looking for 4. Finally, the Whalers get somebody on the ice here. It's Parker Furtado to complete the PK unit. And it'll be Jeremy Jenkinson, sends it back to the point. Lions in front. Oh, dangerous as Schroeder got a piece of it. A juicy rebound, but stays out of the net. Another delayed penalty, and it'll be 5-on-3 as Mackley's nearly made it 6-on-4. So the Whalers getting a little sloppy here as Parker Furtado will head to the penalty box. And the Whalers will be 2 men down here. A huge opportunity for the Lions to break it open. In period number 2, they're already up 2-0. Schroeder going to have to come up big here as he's going to face a few shots for sure. Little give and go, cross ice. Another cross ice pass, shot, save. And that one goes all the way back out to the point. Pass nearly one-timed. Missed the connection. Here's another shot opportunity. And that one finds the net. May have been deflected. We'll see. It could be Monahan's goal. Sean Monahan acting like he got to it. Looks like it may have made it into the net before Gargiulo got to it. Still on the PK, that only gets rid of one of the penalty players for Nantucket. Now a 3-0 advantage. As it leaks into the zone, back out of the zone. Here's Canton Jenkinson trying to make something happen shorthanded. He's 1-on-4. Able to use up a little bit of clock, if nothing else. Another good hit by Jeremy Jenkinson. Edwards slaps it out of the zone and leaks all the way back to the Whalers' blue line, but still tons of time left for the Lions as they gain the zone. Played into the corner. Shot blocked as Jeremy Jenkinson tries to get it out of harm's way from his backside. Finally, Soren Edwards able to get the clear. Still 27 seconds left on the power play. Here's Jenkinson gaining the zone, shorthanded. JJ warded off. As St. John Paul up ahead. Shot, save made. Thomas Schroeder picks it up off the ice with the glove. And just 9 seconds left on the power play. It was a two-man advantage that the Whalers gave up the goal. But just 14 seconds left here in the period. The Lions have added 2 and hold a 3-0 lead. Stays in play. Sent around the boards. Pass deflected. And we will head to the third period. The Whalers got some big work to do if they're going to try and get back to even. They are down 3-0 as the Lions had 2 goals, 1 on a power play and 1 with full strength. We'll be back here shortly as we take a break. Whalers got some work to do here in period number 3. They're down 3-0.
Annual Boston Pops.
Who are you for Halloween?
We're in a tough situation, but you guys battled back.
Back to pass Lombardi's got a man in the end zone. Caught, touchdown!
Shot, it runs in, it's good! You got a tie ball game.
It's ahead.
Gets it by.
Voting is open. Thank you very much.
My mark? Get my mark? Get your mark?
We're so glad that you were involved and you enjoyed the films.
I get to put this out into the community today, and I was really excited about that.
Thank you all for coming tonight.
We're just getting started.
What is Stroll? Wow, it's about the feelings of Christmas. I've said for many years that Norman Rockwell himself could not have thought up a better weekend festival. Truly, it's magnificent. Christmas stroll in Nantucket is full of good feelings, full of Christmas spirit. It is a lot of happy faces. It is generally a party vibe, especially with the visitors. A lot of folks get dressed up. It's sort of like the kickoff, I think, for so many people to feel what's coming, to feel Christmas, and to embrace it.
Stroll was started 50 years ago by the Chamber of Commerce as a way to thank the local people and to get them involved and to encourage them to shop local.
There's no question that it is very good for business.
Well, Marcia may be going to spend a lot of money here. I'm just along to try to keep her from doing that.
Back then, the electricity to man the trees was sort of looped from lamppost to lamppost above ground. We would all be stationed at a certain corner and listen to someone saying, flip the switch. And we literally would flip switches on certain street corners.
That went on for a long time.
It went on for a very long time.
Yeah, that didn't end. And there was always flip the switch.
You sort of crossed your fingers and hoped they would all go on.
And occasionally it didn't. Once in a while, the big tree didn't go on and there was a scramble.
And we got so good at it that people from off island started coming here to shop. So that's what I think is wonderful.
Well, I think it was a way for the community to come together. We have the best backdrop ever of Main Street. It is the most picturesque with the trees and wreaths and window boxes. I mean, it was a beautiful location.
The Nantucket Strolls magic. It was just a really, really sweet, small town experience. So I started photographing stroll probably in the early 80s. And you know, it was incredibly magical. This town just does it up and in such a beautiful way. It was very inspiring for me to photograph, and especially if we got snow.
So it's about 150 trees, 55 trees. So this process typically takes us, it's about 7 people for 7 days installing the trees and the lights, including the big tree up on Main Street. You know, so it's a pretty good undertaking, and we still have to continue to do other things as well. So it's a daunting task, but we enjoy it, we love it.
I'm just always blown away by the themes people do come up with that I would never think of. I love how everyone's an individual, and you just walk around looking at the trees, like, that's great. I never would have thought of it.
The biggest event is to collect Santa Claus off of the Coast Guard cutter from the North Pole.
When I come to Nantucket, I like to come the slow way with my friends from Coast Guard Station Brant Point.
For the station, it ends up being kind of an all-hands thing. And we get to bring Santa over to the Highline Pier where there's a huge crowd of people waiting for us to drop him off. He hops on what I believe is the Nantucket Hotel's fire truck and gets brought up Main Street.
I have so much fun on the fire truck. I look forward to being with Santa and his trusty elf. We see all the happiness around us. It's a really cool experience.
And it's easy to photograph too, because everyone's super happy. Yeah. Everyone has smiles on their faces. Everyone is festive.
There's some other events around town that weekend that are associated with Stroll, with Christmas Stroll. The Festival of Trees at the Historical Association, Whaley Museum.
So we are extremely proud of Jolly Jam. It is a Skate with Santa event. We also have performances, holiday music, cookies, cocoa, activities.
As any undertaking such as this, as you can imagine, it takes quite a few people.
Because it is certainly a collaborative effort, from our collaboration with the town of Nantucket to our members and sponsors, down to the people who volunteer. So many bodies move and make this force that is known as Nantucket Christmas Stroll happen. What I've heard people take away from Stroll is a great time. We still kind of
keep
try
going,
to stick
keep
to
talking.
the roots of community. And I feel like that's what makes our stroll a bit more unique as far as what brings the magic of Christmas that we try to bring to the island. What I hope that they take away is lots of local commerce. I want their bellies.
I want to welcome you back to the bog here. As you can see, Tony's still doing his Zamboni stuff, but we've got Assistant Athletic Director Matt Hunt hanging out with Ashley Klatt, and we're going to be talking about boom cyclones. Take it away, Ashley.
My name's Ashley Klatt. Welcome to the Nantucket Sports Connection. We're here with Assistant Athletic Director Matt Hunt. Matt, what is going through your brain when watching this game today?
It's a good game. It's physical. It's fast. I think Thomas is playing a great game, given that it's 3-0. Some of them just unfortunate situations. I think we get a few more in this period.
Now, speaking on the athletics and game schedules and stuff, what was the process in doing and moving games during this long weekend?
I have to give all of that credit to Mr. Lombardi. He's the brains behind all of that stuff, and it is definitely not easy. There's a lot of stuff that he deals with behind the scenes, trying to shake out schedules with our schools off island, boat schedules, and everybody's kind of in a pinch at the end of the season, so it's tough to fit some stuff in. But he's doing a great job. He's doing all he can, and it'll all work out.
I mean, definitely this winter has been one to remember. It's been crazy. It's been icy. It's been indescribable. Thank you for chatting us with Matt. I'm Ashley Klatt. Thank you for tuning in to the Nantucket Sports Connection. Back to you in the perch.
Great stuff from Ashley Klatt, and of course, an unenviable position that Travis Lombardi is in as he tries to put the puzzle together. Again, a couple more potentially canceled on Sunday with the weather system that's coming in. We've got just a couple of minutes here before the boys take the ice again. The St. John Paul Lions are ready to go. No surprise there as they are up 3-0 behind three different goal scorers. Chris Haywood able to net the first. Sean Monahan finished it off, and in between that, Dominic Toto with a goal as well. Monahan also credited with at least one assist. And the Whalers just have been unable to find the net, although they have had their opportunities, a couple of great shot opportunities. As you can see, the Lions ready to go here. McAleese leading his boys onto the ice as they look to move to 9-2-1 if they can hold on here. And again, one of the premier squads in Division 4. They come in ranked number 11. Losses to Monomoy and to Bourne. That loss to Monomoy, however, has them scrambling around a game behind in the league standings. Those two teams will face off again on February 4th. The Whalers have played the least amount of games in any team in Division 4, so they still have tons of activity out there. Technically still 10 games left. And we'll see how many of those games actually get played. We'll see if the weather cooperates long enough for the Whalers to get things going. As you can see, Schroeder chatting with Ed Holland. As the junior netminder has been solid, again facing a 5-on-3. Hard to fend off, to say the least, as you know, he has played very well, and the Whalers have played good defensively. They've just spent too much time in the penalty box. Going to have to play a clean period here and see if they can get something to fall their way and get something in the net. Face-off upcoming as Jeremy Jenkinson gets the stick down, and he will get to it first, but turns it right over. Poke checked away as Soren Edwards plays it. And the Lions nearly got to it again. They are a scrappy bunch, this St. John Paul Lions team. Whalers head back the other way. Here's Jeremy Jenkinson. Powerful on his skates. Trying to make some room. Cross ice, here's Canton. Jenkinson with some space. Avoids one. Throw in front. Freeman nearly had it. Just over the stick. Edwards keeps it in play. He'll send it on net wide. And finally, An icing call will come here as the Lions send it out of harm's way. Oh, Ben Freeman had a golden opportunity, but just unable to get the stick on the puck. 14:07 to play here in the third period. Whalers are going to need a break or two like that, as Torres on the faceoff gets it to Lavin, who sends it wide. Whalers good on the forecheck. Torres was looking for it. Pass was deflected. Furtado keeps it in play and gets leveled. McAlee's going to have to squeeze it as the Whalers' Lavin put it on net. With 13:51 to play. Justin Torres plays it over to the boards, sent along. Soares able to keep it in play at the point. Behind the net, here's Andrew Lavin chasing it down. Furtado unable to play it. And the Lions head back the other way. Collision with Torres, no call. I stand corrected, there will be a call. Definitely sold by number 21, Taylor Richardson, but Torres knew it as he skated his way over to the bench, and another penalty on the Whalers as they have just spent too much time in the box. Soren Edwards will send it around the boards. Canton Jenkinson unable to get the clear. Pass deflected. And the Lions can get it set up, but poke checked away. Here's a breakaway opportunity for Soren Edwards. And there will be a hooking call as McAlee is able to make the initial save, but Edwards twisted about. And no hooking call, just a save. Wow, that should have been a penalty there, but Whalers do not get the call. Shot off the face-off from Jeremy Jenkinson, sent wide. And the Lions will head the other way. Puck deflected out of play, as Coach Patrick had to duck a little bit. So face-off will come at mid-ice. Still a minute 28 on the penalty as Soren Edwards tries to chase down the puck here for the Whalers and lifts it out of the zone. Lions quick to reset. And delayed offsides as the Whalers get to it. Jenkinson sends it back to the blue line. Lions able to gain the zone. Quick shot deflected high and behind the net. Dangerous spot. Wraparound opportunity. And the net comes off the magnet. So 52 seconds left on the power play. Still lots of time for the Lions to take advantage of the man up. They get a fresh line here. Behind the net it goes. It'll be Jeremy Jenkinson able to get the clear. McAleese will have to put a stick on it. Does so. Ken Jenkinson gets a gift. But he's 1-on-4, sent around as Soares waits for it. And he'll play it in. And Jenkinson says a little, hey, how you doing now? Gets another gift in front. Poke checked as Canton Jenkinson wreaking all kind of havoc. Short-handed. 10 seconds left on the power play. And the Whalers get to it. Soren Edwards. Soares unable to play it. Here's Jeremy Jenkinson. Dekes one. And Canton Jenkinson will head to the penalty box. So 2-man advantage for 4 seconds. The referee just holds his arms up. He says he's got to call it. And Canton Jenkinson has just spent too much time in the penalty box here this afternoon for the Whalers to keep this at hand. They can most certainly skate with this club, but just too much sloppy play as the Whalers able to fend off the first penalty. Lavin gives chase. Lions gain the zone, shot deflected in front. Soares able to get to it, plays it back to the point. Saucered into the corner. Soares able to get to it again. And another penalty on Nantucket. Looks like a cross-check called on St. John Paul. We are questioning things, so penalty called on number 11, Jake Gargiulo. So the face-off will head back down to the Whalers' end. And we'll play 4-on-4 for the next minute 16. Then the Whalers will have a 44-second power play. 10:50 left in the game. This has been a sloppy one. Shot, save made as it went wide of the net. Jeremy Jenkinson able to get good wood on it. Here's Edwards, twists around, shot, save made, and out of play. Soren Edwards tried to lift one over the shoulder of McAleese. He was able to get the pad up and deflect enough of it to make it get out of play. Another face-off with 10:39 to play. Lions control the face-off. Again, 4-on-4, lots of space for good skaters. Possession is the key with 4-on-4 hockey. Edwards awaits the puck. Tries to play it to himself, unable to do so. Lions recover. Soares plays it up to the point, over the stick of Lavin. Jenkinson with a poke check. He gains the zone. Lavin in front, shot. Unable to get a clean shot off. And good physicality by Jeremy Jenkinson. Sends it over. Soares gains the zone. He'll lift one over the net. Soren Edwards awaits it. Jukes one, jukes another. Shot in on McAleese, rebound loose, and Jenkinson unable to get anything going as, the boys discuss where they're going to get some pizza. Felix Soares with a couple of backhanded opportunities right in front of McAleese. 10 seconds left on the 4-on-4 action. Back to the point it goes. Edwards slides it in front. Oh, just wide of the net. As the Whalers will have a power play. Jeremy Jenkinson. Pass into Canton Jenkinson. Avoids one. Pass deflected by McAleese. Back to the point it goes. Edwards. Back to Jeremy Jenkinson. Shot, save as Jenkinson threw one right at the face of McAleese. Still 25 seconds left on the Whalers power play. Kellen McAleese just doing yeoman's work as he works on his face mask, I believe. Trying to tie something here. We'll have a quick timeout as number 30 will have to go to the bench here and get some help. He might have to switch masks with number 35, Jacob Smith, and he does so. Paranoid indeed. Shot whizzes wide and high of the net as Jeremy Jenkinson able to control the puck off the faceoff. Canton Jenkinson with a rocket, and he'll gain the zone. As Furtado on the other side, unable to see it. Cross ice, the saucer pass handled by Edwards. Good stick handling by Soren Edwards, and the magnet comes off. Another penalty. Looks like maybe a high stick call, so the faceoff will come outside the blue line. It'll be Canton Jenkinson on the faceoff. $8:50 to go. Whalers got to get something going here in a hurry if they're going to stay in this thing. Canton Jenkinson taking off his feet, and that will draw a whistle. Delayed penalty. That'll do it. So tripping called, as the Whalers will have another power play opportunity. Their 5th of the game, although a couple of them a little short on time, but it'll be another whistle, number 4. Yep, I don't have a number 4 on our roster. I'm not sure who the guilty party is for the Lions, but it'll be a timeout call by Coach Moran as they talk it over here. A very important power play upcoming here as they try and claw their way back in this thing. 3-0 our score. We'll take a quick break here in the NSC and NCTV. Come back. 8:38 to play in the third. Whalers on the power play when we come back.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by Myrick, the largest full-service law firm in Central Mass, also serving the Cape and Islands. Visit MyrickLaw.com to learn how Myrick can assist you with your legal needs. NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.
Back to live action as Kellen McAleese wedged it up against the net. Canton Jenkinson sent one just wide of the net, but it sounded like it caught the post a little bit. So we'll have another face-off here as the Whalers are on the power play, looking to claw their way back in this thing. Here's Jenkinson. Shot deflected. He gets it right back. Pass goes over to Soren Edwards. Whalers get it set up behind the net. Edwards battling. We'll send it back to the point. And Jenkinson unable to control it as a couple of yellow and blue jerseys able to get to it. Here's Soren Edwards. Whalers got numbers. Gain the zone. Jenkinson rips one in on McAleese, and he's able to field it, bobbled it momentarily, but the glove able to get down on it. And we'll have another face-off in the offensive end with 8 minutes even left here to play. Whalers down 3-0. But a goal here could be the momentum the Whalers need. Played back to Lavin. Jenkinson plays it around the boards. Soren Edwards awaits on the backside. In the skates, and finally Soren Edwards gets it clean and poke checked away. Whalers going to have to reset. Cross ice it goes. And Furtado will gain the zone. Jenkinson on the backside. McAleese will just gobble that one up easily off the shot from Parker Furtado. But the Whalers get a chance to reset here on the faceoff. Still 53 seconds left on the power play opportunity for Nantucket. Stick goes flying. Jenkinson flies one over the net. And the Lions intercepted. Good play by Jeremy Jenkinson. Whalers head back the other way. Cross ice it goes as Canton Jenkinson gains the zone. He's warded off. And Lions able to gain the zone here shorthanded. Pass in front for Tato, unable to keep it. Oh, Schroeder comes up huge in net. As that would have cemented it. Face-off will come up here in the Whalers' defensive zone. 24 seconds left on the power play. Sent in on net. Schroeder able to get a piece. Soares sends it around the boards, but Lions away. Down to 10 seconds left on the power play. And the Lions have done a great job on the penalty kill here this afternoon as Soares tries to evade. Sent along the boards, out of the zone, slapped back in. And the clock becoming the friend of the St. John Paul Lions, up 3-0 here as we approach 6 minutes to play here in the third period. Soren Edwards just weaving his way through the defenders, speeding, and great stick handling as always. He's double teamed, however. And to the point, here's Lavin, wide, rebound, loose. And the Lions were there for the clear. We see Nick Weisentanner able to get some ice time here. Number 15 for the Whalers. As he skates to the puck. Sends it along the boards. Jeremy Jenkinson there. Into the crease. Nobody home for Nantucket. Back the other way comes Dominic Toto. He'll send one on Schroeder, and Schroeder will do his best dive as the Whalers will get another face-off here in their own defensive end. 5:32 to play. Whalers down 3-0. Canton Jenkinson controls and will gain the zone by himself. Poke checked away. Jeremy Jenkinson backhands it over to Boyce. Behind the net, back to Jeremy Jenkinson in the corner. Boyce gets to it. Backhanded pass shot! Scores! What a pass! Jeremy Jenkinson nets the even strength goal. Look at this pass. Woo! Backhanded. A beauty from number 7. And the Whalers unable to score on the power play, but they net one here with 5:09 to play and make it a 2-goal affair. Jeremy Jenkinson has been on a tear. He's scored a goal in his last 5 games. To the point it goes. Edwards will smash it in as the Lions get it reset. Jenkinson, here's Boyce, scores! And just like that, the Waxy Canton Jenkinson, the Whalers are back in it with 2 goals in a matter of a minute. Canton Jenkinson nets one, and we got ourselves a new ball game. What a flurry by Nantucket. They look dead in the water and all of a sudden are alive with 2 goals in a matter of a minute. .440 and counting. Whalers gain the zone. Boyce gets blasted, no call. He gets back up. Lions head back the other way, intercepted. Here comes Jeremy Jenkinson. Whalers alive here. Pass goes into Freeman over his stick. 3-2, just like that. That's the beauty of hockey. Oh, and a little collision, a little, hey, how you doing? Mr. O'Banion says hello. Whalers gain the zone. Good poke check away by the Lions. They clear the zone, and it will go all the way down. Icing will be the call with 4 minutes even to play. Whalers down 3-2. That's the game of hockey right there. You play for 45 minutes, and this Whalers team just will not give up. Canton Jenkinson with an absolute beauty. Blasted in front. Oh, nearly deflected as Suarez sat in front of McAleese. Furtado keeps it in. Pass in front. Shot. Oh, in front of McAleese. And he dives on it. Parker Furtado almost found the net. And the Whalers have been ignited here. 3:43 to play. And the bench trying to give these boys a little extra energy. Lavin, pass goes across ice, but nobody home for Nantucket. Another good physical play. Great pass to mid-ice. Freeman unable to play it cleanly. Whalers get to it. Suarez sends it cross ice. And here's Jeremy Jenkinson up to Freeman. They gain the zone. Unable to get anything going, and this one will be sent back. Icing waved off. Furtado going to get to it first. And he'll try and outrace the Lions defense. He's taken down, no call. Whalers are there. Here's Lavin. Poked the front. Here's Jeremy Jenkinson on the rush. Shot, saved, rebound, loose. Oh, Lavin unable to get a clean stick on it, and he knew it. McAleese able to dive down with 2:54 to go. We'll keep our eyes on number one. We'll see if Thomas Schroeder heads out of net to give the Whalers an extra skater. Jeremy Jenkinson on the draw for the Whalers. In front, Canton Jenkinson. Oh, Boyce was there. Unable to get a stick on it. He was taken down, no call. Up ahead, Lions with a 2-on-1. Pass deflected by Soren Edwards. Great reaction by number 22. Whalers back the other way. Here's Boyce. He's got some space. Tries to find Canton Jenkinson, who is a hockey player. He was over here in front of the garbage can not a minute ago. He's on the ice. Play continues behind the Whalers net down to 2:15. Lions trying to save this one from disaster. And the net comes off the magnets as Schroeder gets a little, hey, how you doing? Great action here in the third period. The Whalers have awoken from their slumber. Canton and Jeremy Jenkinson leading the attack. They've each scored here in the period. Still 2:09 to play. Back to the point it goes. Shot, save! Thomas Schroeder. Great look at Soren Edwards there. He has anchored the defense for 5 years. Senior captain, and he'll get to it first here. A little deke to avoid one. And he gets to it here in the back of the net. Under 2 minutes to play. That one's way up. Whalers unable to get organized here. Lions head back the other way. Wide of the net. Schroeder gets a stick on it to give Suarez a chance to play it over to Freeman. Up ahead. Soren Edwards. Poke checked away. Good defense. And sent back in. No icing called. Minute 30 to go. Up to the blue line. Whalers tried to catch St. John Paul in a line change. Unable to do so. Minute 18 to go. Good pass as the Whalers will gain the zone. Edwards. Behind the net, Freeman. Edwards unable to hang on to it. With a minute to go here. 3-on-2 Lions shot. Save! Thomas Schroeder. So this, even if it ends a 3-2 game, gives the Whalers those points. They hung in there. They continued to fight. And they were able to find the net past McAleese. And still 59 seconds to play. Shot deflects way wide. Furtado gets to it for the Whalers. See if they got one more little rabbit out of their hat here. Cross ice, it goes D to D. Great pass. Up ahead. Shot. Whizzes high. All the way back to the point. Furtado unable to keep it in. 35 seconds left. Pass or shot deflected. Here's Jenkinson. Again, we'll have to keep an eye on whether they send in an extra skater. Delayed offside, so 20 seconds to go. Whalers got to get something organized here. They're waving Schroeder off. He can't hear it. Now finally gets to it. Whalers gain the zone. Empty net for Nantucket. All the way down, and that could do it. Clock will stop with 4 seconds to go on the icing call. A furious rally by the Whalers. Could fall short, but what a game. Timeout call by St. John Paul. We'll keep it right here as things have gotten very interesting in a hurry. The Whalers netted 2 goals here in the period. Jeremy Jenkinson got things started off a phenomenal pass from Charlie Boyce. Canton Jenkinson followed it up not a minute later off of a little forecheck, and that made it 3-2. Whalers have had a couple of opportunities after that, but looks like they may just run out. They're going to have to come up with some sort of magical play and hope that the face-off comes right to somebody for an open shot. It can happen. As you can see, Coach Moran in there with assistant coach Zach Lindsay, excuse me. And stay with us after the game. We're definitely going to get some post-game thoughts by a couple of players, a couple of coaches. We're going to try and catch up with the Jenkinson boys as both benches try and gear their guys up here for the final 4 seconds of regulation. 3-2, Lions holding on to the lead. Face-off upcoming. Goes into the boards, and that will do it as time runs out on the Whalers. And some frustration here at the end of the game as this is not what we need to see at the end of the game. A great game and just some slight extracurriculars, nothing big, but a furious rally by the Whalers at the end of the game as the Jenkinson boys each net one, but the rally ends up short. Again, Thomas Schroeder played fantastic, kept his team in the game the entire way, gave up a couple of power play goals as Kellen McAleese earns the win, but the Whalers made him fight for it all the way to the bitter end. We'll take a quick break here and try and line up a couple of interviews here with some coaches and players. Stay with us here on the NSC. Whalers fall short 3-2 in a great game, a great third period.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by Myrick, the largest full-service law firm in Central Mass, also serving the Cape and Islands. Visit MyrickLaw.com to learn how Myrick can assist you with your legal needs.
NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast. In 1965, a group of dedicated Nantucket parents came together with one goal: to raise enough money to develop game film for the football team. The following season, the Whalers went undefeated. These parents became the very first class of the Nantucket Booster Club.
Welcome you back to the Bog here live at the Nantucket Community Ice Rink. Wow, what a game. We're here with assistant coach Brian Fry for the St. John Paul Lions as your team just headed in. Well, you guys survived. You made it a little more exciting than I'm sure you guys wanted, but hey, you guys got a great squad. I have been calling Kellen McAleese for I don't know how many years, but man, it is such a pleasure to see him in action. Definitely one of the best in the state, as I've said multiple times, even last year. Tell us about him and his work ethic and how he has gotten here. I mean, obviously, it's just it's a bonus, almost a pleasure to have somebody like that you can count on in net.
Yeah, I mean, he's such a luxury for us. He bails us out time and time again. And, he's a captain for a reason, right? He's the hardest working guy out there. Every practice he's competing, and you see it in the game. He's out there. He's working his tail off.
Great stuff. Offensively, you guys scored 3 tonight. Got enough to pick up the win. Is there anything you guys saw on the bench that you're like, oh, we got to work on that upcoming in the next practice? I'm sure there was something, but anything offensively that you want to get back to?
No, just sticking to what we try to preach. Keeping pucks down low, which I thought we did a pretty good job of. We can always generate more shots. Thought we were a little better with that in the first 2 periods. Third period, I think we got away from it a little bit, but they started pressuring us, so I don't think the opportunities were necessarily there.
Yeah, another great episode of Lions taking on the Whalers. I know it's been a few years. We had you guys numbered. You guys have had a great squad here the last couple of years. Best of luck on the rest of the season. Wish we could have come up with a victory personally, but what a great finish to a great game, right? Cape and Islands League doesn't get any better than that, man. It's a playoff game every night. Unbelievable stuff. Best of luck in the rest of the season.
Thank you very much.
Cheers. We'll take another quick break, see if we can catch up with some of our boys and a coach, perhaps. You're watching the Whalers Action Athletics, I should say, on the NSC and NCTV.
Nantucket Ice is about community, camaraderie, confidence, jumping in, and being part of a team. Falling, but getting back up.
And Whalers control. Quick shot.
It's about being part of the culture, friendships, experience. But ultimately, it's about being on the ice. Located in the heart of the island, it's about being a future for our youth, our families, our community. Come join us. Be a part of our community.
First hoop, Simpson gathers for Nantucket. Francis over to Aguilar. He'll look for 3. Got it! Huge shot from Carp. Boston Pops.
Who are you for Halloween?
We're in a tough situation, but you guys battled back.
Back to pass Lombardi's got a man in the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. Shot. It rolls in. It's good. tie ball game.
It's ahead.
Gets it by.
Loading is open. Thank you very much.
My mark, get my mark, get your mark. Yeah.
We're so glad that you were involved and you enjoyed the films.
I get to put this out into the community today, and I was really excited about that.
Thank you all for coming tonight.
We're just getting started.
Community media, from my point of view, is organic.
It's power.
Public access to me gives me an opportunity to get my word out to the larger community of the town that I can't get to on my own.
This is good programming. This is what people say, well, how come they don't ever write anything good in the news, right? This is the good news.
What we're doing is critical, it's important. We have to stay energized and motivated to do this work in our community, but understand that our real mission is to hold up our part as we encourage others to hold up their part around the planet.
So I was 14, I joined SPNN Set It Up program, which is an after-school program. We created our own TV show that was put out in the public.
Want to welcome you to the Bog here in the Nantucket Community Ice Rink, hanging out with head coach Jack Moran. Tough loss, but man, you got to applaud the effort. You got to applaud the stick-to-itiveness. They battled to the very end and came up with a couple goals to make it real interesting. And, you know, we talked about it even so. You were like, as long as we can hang in there, you know, you got an opportunity and, you know, pulled the goalie at the end to make it a little interesting as well. What do you say to the guys here after a game like this?
You know, like I've always told them, when they come out and they perform like they did today, to us as a coaching staff, we look at their performance, and to us it's a win. I'm always reflecting back to last year. Yeah. Every game that we make this year is a win for us. They did everything that they possibly could do. We didn't have a couple of bounces go our way. That happens. You know, if there was a stick on the ice at one time, it would have gone in. There's a lot of variables that just don't happen sometimes. But overall, guys were hustling. They were playing the body well. They were moving the puck well. Thomas stood on his head again. You know, it's just a lot of good things are coming together. I think as long as we keep focusing on what we've been doing and continue that, we're just going to end up doing better things as we move along. It's all that can happen, really.
You've got a really easy team to root for. A bunch of good guys, a bunch of good kids, and they play the game the right way. A little ugly as far as the penalties here today, but that was both ways, too. So, you know, it's just one of those Cape and Islands League games, baby. It doesn't get much better than that. So you guys have Bourne next on Saturday, and then, you know, probably nothing on Sunday. But, hey, you get to start maybe a win streak at the Gallo. Who knew about that?
It's definitely possible. Yeah. We can start no matter where we are. If these guys show up to play, we can win. You know, it's all up to them. And, you know, we've always told them, look, we can tell you what to do, how to drill, what to do, whatever, but when you're out there playing, that's up to you guys. And you know what to do, you know. And they did. I mean, they pulled it out of their back pocket there at the end of the third, you know, and they came up with a couple of quick goals. And if we only had a little more time, it's very interesting to think of what might happen.
Yeah, no doubt. It looked like St. John Paul was getting gassed there at the end, and we were definitely out skating them, controlled that momentum there in the third period, and made it real interesting. Made very exciting third period. Falling short 3-2, but again, pick up some points because you're hanging with. And again, as a higher rated team, you know, it kind of hurts the Lions a little bit to not beat you by whatever, 2 goals or 3 goals or whatever it is. And sometimes you just got to tip your cap. That McAleese kid he's a very good goalie, and I'm tired of calling his name. So best of luck on Saturday, Coach, and we'll wait till you get back here at home ice and hopefully pick up another W here very soon.
Looking forward to it, man. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it.
Cheers. Thanks very much to Coach Moran and the Whalers. We'll take a quick break here. I got the Jenkinson boys here behind me. I'm going to see if I can get them on camera. Gentlemen, it's fine. It's fine. Well, we got a couple of shirtless Jenkinson brothers over here. Let's get them on the ice here real quick. Doesn't matter. That's fine. You guys are, you know, doing your thing. Fellas, great game. Another great game. You came out and got blasted in the head. You're down here in front of the garbage can, but you almost pulled one off here out of the rabbit out of the hat here. I, as a twin dad, just thoroughly enjoy following you guys through your journey through the Whalers. I mean, talk to me about the journey as a younger sibling as well from a hockey family. What does it mean coming here and, you know, getting towards the end of your ride here and playing in front of your home crowd?
I mean, it means a lot, just trying to carry on the tradition of playing hockey and, I don't know, try to be as best as you can. And, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just looking to have the most fun as possible in high school, hopefully playing club in college, and just keep the ride going. Love the community, love playing here, it's great.
Absolutely. Well, you guys have certainly turned this place into an event. You know what I mean? When the boys are coming into play, it's an event. And talk to us about that last minute where you guys each scored one. I mean, you netted one first, and then you came up. What a pass, first of all.
Yeah, by Charlie, yeah, it was a good pass. And then we were just trying to get momentum, try to get some more goals in the net. I mean, stayed on the ice as long as I could, both of us, just trying to get goals in, trying to get shots. And almost happened, but it's just how the dice roll, I guess.
Yeah, we just started shooting at the end, just tried to get most pucks on net as possible, and we buried it.
I think that's a theme. Just put it on net. Doesn't matter where it goes. Good things happen when you put it on net. Well, gentlemen, obviously, you guys got a lot of games left. I mean, this thing is not even close to being done here. Only 9 games in the books. You got at least 9 more, and we're hoping that rankings stay where they should. I mean, obviously, you made it a little more interesting here with a 3-2 loss, but best of luck going over to Gallo. Hey, you guys get an opportunity to start a winning streak at Gallo. How's that feel?
Pretty good. I mean, hopefully we'll see what we can do.
You got another tough goalie in that Palmberg guy, but you guys got the best of them here, so.
Yeah, so we'll see. Play hard, come ready to go.
There you go. Can't wait to see if we beat the Ghost of Gallo.
Right. Love that stuff. All right, we're out of here. We're going to sign off on that one. Jenkinson boys doing great work as always. Senior captains, best of luck to them coming up in Bourne. We'll see you on the hardwood as the girls take the floor tomorrow. We got Friday, and then we'll see. Thanks very much for joining us here in the NSC and NCTV. Whalers fall short 3-2, but a great game. We'll see you very soon, Whalers Nation.
The Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank its founding sponsor, the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, whose mission is to promote the positive development and enrichment of Nantucket's children. For more information on the Nantucket Golf Club Foundation, go to nantucketgolfclub.com.
Support for the NSC provided in part by Highline Cruises, providing year-round high-speed service to Nantucket since 1996. For more info, visit highlinecruises.com.
Underwriting support for the NSC is brought to you in part by Myrick, the largest full-service law firm in Central Mass, also serving the Cape and Islands. Visit MyrickLaw.com to learn how Myrick can assist you with your legal needs.
NCTV and the Nantucket Sports Connection would like to thank our Nantucket business sponsors for their support of today's Whalers broadcast.